Hello family, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing well today. Is it trouble in paradise? That's what I want to know. Is it trouble in this here paradise? Because see, we told y'all that we watch behavior and it looks like trouble in paradise. Let's talk about it, family. Yes, let's talk about it. And then y'all know that they had the meeting. They had Thornton Township had their meeting Monday, this past Monday. And then they also had the Dolton meeting on Monday. And boy, family, when I tell y'all, this is what I have to say about that. Psst, I see liars. Yeah, I do. I see a whole bunch of them. I see people telling a whole bunch of tales. Yes, I do. So let's get on down to it because this was the meeting that they had. And we're going to break a lot of this stuff down. And we also going to break down the trouble in paradise. Yes, we are. Y'all already know what we got to do for the ones in the back. For the ones in the back. This is a copyright disclaimer. This video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Acts in 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All rights and credit goes directly to his rightful owner. This video is purely for fair use, opinion, and entertainment. Enjoy. Yes, enjoy. And also, we want to add that anything in here, most likely, we're going to say allegedly, okay? So, everything is alleged, okay? But we're going to break it down, family. We're going to break it down. I smell trouble in paradise. Yes, I do. So, they had the Thornton Township meeting. It really wasn't nothing quick, fast, in a hurry. Most people don't even know what that thing was about. Tiffany, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, okay? We'll break it down. We'll break it down. But anyway, I did notice in that Thornton Township meeting that Carmen, you put your big girl thongs on. Yeah, and I watched you now. So evidently, hopefully that you watched our video because you came out of that little timid stage. You kind of turned it up a notch and you did sit there strong and you held your head up and you did explain to the hen that you need what she wants y'all to do and the bills that she want to be paid and all that you want it before y'all get to the meeting or a day before the meeting is happening. See, Tiffany tried to throw all this stuff on them the day of or the day prior because she really don't want nobody looking through it very thorough. So she throws it to them right quick and expects them to say yes on her stuff. But Carmen, I did see that you said, no, we would like for the residents to know and we would like to have a good understanding of what it is we're saying yes to and no to, and we want ample time to look over this stuff. Now, Carmen, you said it with some you turned it up a notch and you did say it with confidence. Let's put it that way. So, I'm still watching you with about 5 pair of glasses on. And I told you I'm watching you closely. You too, Stan. You coming up. But I do like the fact that you stood your ground. And that hen was watching you too. She was hoping you look her in the face. You didn't look her in the face for real. But you said what you had to say. But you didn't look down while you was talking. You looked at the people. And you said what you had to say. Keep that spunk up, girl. And it depends on what I see. I might give you a little leeway. Yeah. But anyway, family, this is the meeting that they had at Dolton Village. Now, Tiffany be always worried about the wrong thing. She started off worrying about the wrong thing. Miss Belcher and Miss Norwood, they switched seats. Usually Kiana, I don't know if y'all can see that, family. Let me see. But usually Kiana over here on the end, she was sitting by Stan. Okay? Usually Kiana is on this side of the room. And Norwood is on this side of the room. Well, they switched, okay? And now Kiana is sitting by Stan. And then Norwood is over here. Miss Norwood is over here on this side by Andrew Holmes, okay? Now, why they switch seats? I don't know, but the seats don't matter. See, that's what I'm talking about. Tiffany was worried about them switching seats instead of worrying about the receipts. Where's the receipts? Let's talk about that. You talking about some seats? When we trying to get you to show receipts? That's what I'm talking about, family. That's what I'm talking about them confused hen. It ain't nothing worse than a confused hen that's running around, jumping, flapping, crackling, and not productive at all. Talking about some seats. No, we want to see receipts. Now, listen to her, family. When she said this, and all of this is fair use. Want to put that out there too. But listen to this crackling here. That's what I'm saying. When you forget to lock the hen pen, and that hen come out and all over the yard, crackling, flapping, and making all type of noise and jumping around and running around, but not productive at anything all day long. Now, this is her.
So I see the Board of Trustees have swiped feet.
Now, that's another thing. I just totally forgot about that. Did y'all see this girl said, I see the trustees have swatch sheets. She didn't say seats, feet. I can't even say it right, but she said, I see the trustees have shite feet. What? I know I make mistakes when I'm talking and stuff like that, but this right here is like her tongue just went on vacation around this joint. Okay? Girl is swap seats. Anyway, listen at her, family. That got me hot. I forgot about she want to be smart, but couldn't even say the words. Let's do it again.
Board of Trustees have,
yeah, here you go.
Board of Trustees have swiped feet.
Swipe feet.
And Norwood, is it a reason you guys switch seats?
Y'all put some laughing emojis in the chat. I can't even get past that point. Put some bumper cut. Put some bumper cut. Start off the meeting talking about some swipe feet. They ain't over there swiping feet, girl. What you trying to say? They switch seats? Oh, and they gonna tell us they ain't in no deficit. They gonna tell us they ain't in no deficit when this girl talking about the trustees up there swiping feet. What? Okay, I'm gonna get past that part. I'm not gonna even say nothing, family. I'm sorry. Whoo, the deficit is crucial around there. I can already tell. Okay.
So I see the Board of Trustees have swiped feet. Trustee Belcher and Norwood, is it a reason you guys switch seats? Does it have to be a reason? I just asked the question. Everything y'all be so hostile. Is there a reason you guys switch seats? No. All right.
Okay, now Miss Belcher says no reason why they switch seats. They can switch seats. What are you worried about that for? Regardless where they sitting at, one of them could be sitting in the back of the room. When y'all put up a proposal, they could say yes or no from the back of the room. It still count. So it don't matter where they sitting at, long as they in attendance. Then she talking about when she asked that question Miss Belcher said, no, there's no reason why we didn't swipe. You know, why we didn't. She got me saying the shit, swipe feast. Anyway, family, Miss Belcher said, no, it's no reason why we are switching. You know, I just wanted to sit over here. And she said, what, is it a problem? First thing the hen said, you ain't got to be hostile. That's not being hostile. She just said, is it a problem? Because if it is, let her know. And then if it sounds like it's a concerning matter, she probably would have went back to her regular seat. But she can sit where she want to sit at, little hen. Wow. So anyway, family. So she started off the meeting with that trifling saying right there. Then I want to say salute to the firefighters. Salute to the firefighters. See, you remember when one of the firefighters, this man right here, he did talk to the news. And he told the news about, you know, they're missing checks, which they are missing checks for over a year now. And I remember him saying on the news that a lot of the firefighters were scared to come out because they fear retaliation. Well, they buckled down and they came out. Yeah, they came out. And they shouldn't be retaliated against since they came out. So, they came out to plead their case about why their checks are missing, and they would love to have an explanation about where their checks are. Yeah, Tiffany, we would like to know that. Where are their checks? We would really like to know that. So, salute to the firefighters. And this is their audio that they said, okay? So, they came up there, and this is what they said, family.
Adam Fari, I'm the president of Dolton Fire Local 3766. I'm here today with fellow members of 3766 looking for answers. Since January of 2020, the village has chose not to settle a contract and refused to bargain with us. They have ignored all requests to reach an agreement and resolve the current situation going on within the fire department. After endorsing Mayor Henyard in 2021, she proceeded to replace our full-time deputy chief with a part-time deputy chief who contributed to her campaign fund. This is where the...
What? So, Tiffany, you got rid of the full-time chief and put the part-time chief in there because that part-time chief donated to your funds. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, check this out. Wow. Wow.
Rounds began. Local 3766 filed and won the grievance on a clear violation of our contract. What followed was a dysfunctional negotiation process, which leads us to inform the residents that we've been serving the village without a contract for 5 years. Currently, the village still refuses to negotiate, making progress extremely difficult and if not impossible. The second issue is our 457 accounts, which have been in litigation since 2022. This account is set up for individuals to invest their own money into a retirement fund. The money is withdrawn from the members' paychecks and is supposed to be sent nationwide. The village does not follow these steps and has no accountability of where the money is or if they've spent it. Once this was...
Where they money at, Tiffany? Where are them firefighters' money? And then when they ask you about it and your administration, y'all ignore them. You won't tell them why it's not going in there, or did y'all spend it? Sounds like to me y'all spent that money. Yeah.
Discovered, the administration was informed via email by the previous union president that these missing deposits can be considered theft of wages. They reacted by placing him on administrative leave for inappropriate emails. To this date, we are still 9 to 10 deposits short. This shows lack of accountability and is an act of gross negligence.
Wow.
The third issue, health insurance. Health insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The members of the fire department have run into several problems with our premiums not being met. This has led members and families' claims being denied, but also being sent to collections. This has been brought up to the village numerous times. All requests to date have been ignored. A grievance was filed and escalated to step 4. The fourth issue is our union dues. Per our collective bargaining agreement,
I want to know where they money at, Tiffany. Because, see, I have a right to speak on this. And, family, I'll show y'all in a minute. But that's what I do. See, most people think that, you know, the Knowledge family knows, especially the ones that have been with us for a long time, I have my boots on ground all the time. Okay? And I could say half of my family wear uniforms. Okay? And they help people. Whether firefighter, military, police officers, state troopers, something. Right? Working in the hospital, because those are life-saving people too. The staff in all hospitals. This right here, and see, I donate to firefighters all around the world. Not just my state and my cities that I reside in. I put money in a firefighters fund that helps firefighters all over. It's for the disaster fund. Meaning that, you know, when they have like a forest fire and man, it's taking them 3, 4, 5 days, sometime a week, maybe 2 weeks to get the fire under control. They have to have, you know, extra equipment, water, lunch, and all that stuff like that. I make sure it's a pot for that, for all firefighters, and I do contribute to that pot. Not only just the firefighter pot, state troopers pot all over the world, police pots all over the world, any first responders. That money that I put in every month or every 6 months, they have it where you can do it every 6 months, or you can do it every year, however you want to do it, 6 months or a year. And let me just show the Knowledge family something. I had to block out some of my personal information, but y'all will see here what they say. Firefighter. Okay, I had to block out my personal information, and then it tells what they send me a letter. Okay, and you'll see up there it says Firefighter Charitable Foundation. Okay, I don't just be talking shit. Okay, I do this. So I'm wondering, why aren't the firefighters throughout the United States speaking up for these fellow firefighters who have not been getting their money put in the proper place that it's supposed to be in? See, we have made some phone calls, and I'm going to make some more, and I'm trying to figure out, though, why isn't the fellow firefighters around this United States speaking up for these men here? That is a dangerous job. All of the first responders are dangerous jobs. But when you see your fellow firefighter sitting here saying that Tiffany, this mud-waddling hen, has not put money in their pension at all. And I have money going to these men. See, that's why I'm so passionate about what's going on in Dolton. And that's why I don't like the fact of what Lacey and them is doing there. Because, see, like I said, there is a charitable fund for all of them. Police departments, state troopers, firefighters. And it's supposed to be, that pot is for any disaster that goes on in any part of this United States. That they use that money to help these guys pull through. Why the hell they not getting paid, Tiffany? And why isn't other firefighters across this United States saying something about their fellow mans here? Because, see, let me tell you, when one state have a disaster, you have other states come in and join that state. You have other police officers and other firefighters, and they pack up and they travel and help that state out until that state can get on their feet or help them out of the crisis they're in at that moment in that time and all that. Why isn't any firefighters across this United States talking up for these fellow firefighters? Wow. Wow. And where is that Prisky, Preskel, whatever, or Prexel, Big Prexel governor? Where is he at? Talking about he's sitting back letting the FBI. He supposed to have been stepped in. Can somebody please call Illinois Pizza Joint and see if he's sitting up in there? Why isn't he said anything about these men here missing insurance and missing their pension checks? Unbelievable. Somebody call the Illinois Pizza Joint and see if Priskel, or whatever his name is, the governor, why isn't he saying anything about this right here? Where's the Attorney General too? Where is he at? These firefighters been missing money for a long time, Tiffany, and her goons and administration. Where is their money? See, I just have a hard time with that right there. I really do. I have a hard time with it because, first of all, I'm finna let y'all finish hearing what this man say. I kind of got off track, family, because I just don't talk the talk. I walk the talk. Money is going. I literally, I just showed y'all. It goes in there. I make it my duty to make sure that that's how come I say wherever I go around these United States, I'm kind of known, but I'm not loud about it. But when it comes to something like this, and I know my money came out, and they're not getting the proper help that they deserve, you best to believe we made phone calls. I'm just trying to figure out why isn't the fellow men, firefighters across this United States hadn't said, hey, hold up. I know these guys have a union, and I know these guys have their local stuff that helps them deal with this. I'm talking about fellow men across the United States, firefighters. Haven't said a word. If it was any other state and these men was being treated like missing checks, missing pensions, missing insurance money going in, these men need that type of care. If it had been anybody else, people will expect for other people to talk up for them. I'm not trying to go a long time on this, but it just hurts my heart to, wow. Okay, just listen to what this gentleman's saying.
Article 3, dues checks. The village is responsible for contributing union dues. We were missing 11 checks since 2023.
Wow.
$12,610. We received 3 unspecified checks. This can also be looked at as theft of wages. Keith Freeman's response to the Step 3 process was, this is an issue on the trustees that they do not vote for the bills at from the warrant list at the board meetings. The newest issue is work comp. In the past, we've had multiple issues with work comp, to where members have been hurt on the line of duty and their claims have not been filed properly, which led to multiple members being sent to collections. I know that the police department is dealing with similar issues. So my question is, do we have workman's comp insurance? The Dolton Fire Department is here to serve and protect the residents of the village of Dolton, and we do this with pride. We will continue to serve despite the fact our health insurance is not being paid, government funds are being taken from us, and workers' compensation claims are not being handled properly. These are serious issues, and they need to be addressed and fixed immediately.
All right. Call the next person. Call the next person.
Are you kidding me right now? This bitch said, call the next person. As if these men didn't say nothing. This bottom of the barrel, low class trash, with no respect for our first responders who just poured out their hearts about missing checks and that they still gonna work for the people because just because they're missing checks, they still gonna do their job. They've been missing it for over a year. Their insurance is lapsing. Done lapsed. And this evil, dirty skunk said next person. And people don't have a problem with this. Where are the fellow firefighters' voices across this United States for these Dolton firefighters? I'm just asking. It's just a question. These people lay their life on the line every day. Police officers, firefighters, hospital staff, you know, they save lives. State troopers, military. And see, let me move this right quick. Y'all see that flag on the chair? A lot of the Knowledge family already know that, you know, my family is based in uniforms. Like I said, about 50% of them. And my father was military, as y'all see the flag there. Protect this country at his 110%. And when you have people protecting us like that, protecting their country like that, protecting their citizens like that, and they pour out their heart to you and they tell you that they haven't gotten paid, all bets are off. They haven't got paid. That should be very alarming to their fellow men all across the United States. Wow. Wow. I couldn't imagine my father wearing a uniform, military uniform, and then saying we don't have insurance, he's missing checks, and all that. Are you serious right now, Tiffany? Keith? Freeman? Where is their money? Where is their insurance? I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time on this. People, please share this video. Please share this video. If you have any first responders in your family or something, man, talk to them and ask them why they ain't saying anything. You know? Wow. And she literally sat there and said, next person. I want y'all to hear that again, as if they didn't say anything.
Insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The members of the fire department have run into several problems with our premiums not being met. This has led members and families' claims being denied, but also being sent to collections. Wow. This has been brought up to the village numerous times. All requests to date have been ignored. Agreements was filed and escalated to step 4. The fourth issue is our union dues. Per our collective bargaining agreement, Article 3, dues checks, the village is responsible for contributing union dues. We were missing 11 checks since 2023, $12,610. We received 3 unspecified checks. This can also be looked at as theft of wages. Keith Freeman's
and I just want y'all to listen to how he's pouring his heart out, and this is how they are feeling, and what she says when he finished.
Response to the step 3 process was, this is an issue on the trustees that they do not vote for the bills at from the warrant list at the board meetings. The newest issue is work comp. In the past, we've had multiple issues with work comp to where members have been hurt on the line of duty and their claims have not been filed properly, which led to multiple members being sent to collections. I know that the police department is dealing with similar issues. So my question is, do we have workman's comp insurance? The Dolton Fire Department is here to serve and protect the residents of the village of Dolton, and we do this with pride. We will continue to serve despite the fact our health insurance is not being paid, our retirement funds are being taken from us, and workers' compensation claims are not being handled properly. These are serious issues, and they need to be addressed and fixed immediately.
Listen.
All right. Call the next person. Call the next person.
Wow. Wow. That's how she feel about it. Call the next person. Whatever. Get y'all ass out the door. I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah, I took y'all money. Yeah, we took y'all money. Yeah, we don't know where y'all money at. None of that. She didn't even say, hey, y'all all be in my office first thing in the morning. We're going to see what's going on with this. Unbelievable. You know, I didn't know this was going on. She couldn't. She knows. She knows exactly what's going on. Didn't say, hey, we gonna, nah, man, I didn't know that y'all family didn't even have insurance either. I didn't know this was affecting y'all immediate family. I didn't know this was affecting y'all. Hey, y'all meet me in the mayor's office first thing in the morning. We're gonna try to see if we can cut y'all something with nothing. Nothing. She said, next person. Wow. Wow. All right. I mean, I'm not trying to spend a whole lot of time on that because I have a lot to review about this, but that right there hit me because it's personal. It's personal. So, all right. What crab wearing a wig keep messing with Miss Stubbs? I want to know what crab with a wig on always messing with Miss Stubbs, or who was messing with Miss Stubbs this here past week. Who was it? So, what crab with a wig on was messing with Miss Stubbs, bullying this old lady? Billy, you know, Miss Stubbs, now don't take that the wrong way, I'm just saying. Bullying the elder, let's put it this way. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. And that's the people down there doing the lawn and stuff, family. So, if y'all hear that woo stuff. Okay? But anyway, yeah, she done messed around now. Called herself gonna go over to Miss Stubbs' house and tell Miss Stubbs she can't beautify her property. What? Who are you? I'm so tired of these trout mouths, I don't know what to do. Y'all need to go to jail quick, fast, and in a hurry. If it ain't the firefighters y'all taking from and doing dirty, it's the residents, the elder, the kids. You throwing, saying the kids, they all drugged and all that. Man, come on. They need to go to jail. But anyway, the crab in the wig gonna talk about going over there trying to be a code enforcer and tell Miss Stubbs she can't beautify her home, and that the people who was working on Miss Stubbs' home couldn't do that type of work. Just picking with the lady, because Miss Stubbs is always telling the truth. And she don't like how that hen is running the village. Okay? So now, this is Miss Stubbs telling us about what this crab in a wig did.
No more warnings. All we ask for is transparency when it comes to our tax dollars, and that was displayed at my home on June 24th by a village employee will not be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. I will not tolerate it. I took that as a direct threat to do bodily harm to me, and I'm too old to get whoopings. I think
yeah, now see, this old crab in a wig told Miss Stubbs, when Miss Stubbs said, you can't stop my people from working on my house. She was like, y'all can't do structural work. It's not structural work. It's beautifying your home. Her home is already standing, so it's not structural work. It's beautifying when people paint, you know, things like put in new windows and things like that. That's beautifying your home. Okay? But this here crab in a wig gonna say, y'all stop working right now. So when Miss Stubbs was trying to tell that chick, no, you cannot make them stop, then she want to get loud with Miss Stubbs. And then Miss Stubbs was saying, girl, get on now. Please leave. Please leave me alone. Y'all always harassing and trying to bully me or whatever. Then she gonna jump out the truck, the crab in the wig, jumps out the truck and say, what you say? What you say? What you say? Like walking towards Miss Stubbs as if she was going to do something to this here woman. I'm trying to figure out why this crab in the wig won't play double dutch with women her own age. Why is that? Or play double dutch with a woman who's in good enough shape to drag the crab back where it came from. The hen pen. See, they want to mess with the elderly. Want to buck up to the elderly. Wow. And listen to Miss Stubbs, how she said this crab in a wig did.
Last one I was 15. The employee stated, I have a recording of it, and it's not the first time she have stated it, and I quote, that she will quit her job right now. And then she proceeded to get out of her vehicle and come towards me. And like I said, I'm too old to get any type of whooping. She stated the same thing to Long Island Audit. That's also on video. That she might as well quit her job right now because she is going to get fired. Mr. Freeman, you might want to look into that.
Keith Freeman ain't gonna look into nothing because that's his goon, okay? They ordered her to do that. Okay? Now, my thing is, I noticed that Miss Stubbs said that the chick said that she would quit. I quit just so she can whoop somebody. Okay? My thing is, why won't you just go ahead on and quit anyway? Because you are no good to the village of Dolton. You're not doing the proper duties for the citizens. So why don't you just quit? Because you ain't nothing but a hardship. So why don't you just quit? That's what I can't understand. Wow. Wow. So she wants to throw hands with the elderly in the community. instead of doing what's right, she's the goon squad. Yeah, she's the goon squad. Instead of doing what's right, she's going to bully the elder. And according to this here picture right here, you ain't too far from looking like your elder yourself. Look like you missing little teeth or something. Look like gummy bears or something. You know? You ain't too far behind while you trying to throw hands with people. But see, she looked like she was a bully back in the day and looked like she's a bully now. She is a bully now. She had no business over that lady house. She had no business over there messing with that lady. Doing the hen's deed. Doing the goon's deed. See, she had been missing for a minute. Remember, we hadn't seen her and everybody was like, where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? But I believe she straddling the fence because you noticed she was missing. Why was you missing? That's another thing. Why was you missing? Was you cooperating too? Because see, it's giving cooperation. Because see, you overdid the thing with Miss Stubbs. See, I watched behavior. See, you overdid it with Miss Stubbs. So my thing is, why did you overdo that situation like that? Was you trying to show the hen you still down with her, but then you on the side chirping like a hummingbird and being cooperative? That's what it was giving. I'm just asking. Anyway, Alexis Wilson, mother, went up there and poured her heart out. Once again, that hen said next. And listen to Alexis Wilson's mother.
Why was he not sitting at a desk or sitting at home? Because she was number 4. If you would have did something about 1, 2...
Now, what she's saying about he was number 4, she's talking about that Perez police officer who was involved in her daughter's demise. That Perez had 4 deaths up under his belt before Alexis. Okay, well, Alexis was number 4. Okay, and so she's saying, she's telling Tiffany, why didn't you at least put him on administrative leave when he did that the first 2 times to someone's kid or someone's loved one? He should have been under administrative leave or something like that. He shouldn't even been back on the streets. So that's what she's saying there. But I want to ask a question after she finished talking.
He wouldn't have been there that night, and my daughter would be here. So again, while you ignore me, while you look down, close your eyes and imagine it's your child. Okay, because it was mine. And what y'all did to my life, what y'all did to my life, she was only 19, unarmed, an entrepreneur. She was a good girl.
Wow.
But what did you say, Tiffany? I stand with my officers. They did do the right thing. And they took a criminal off the streets tonight. They have probably prevented other crimes that might have or could have or would have happened in the village of Dolton. But Tiffany, answer me this. What crime did she do that night? What crime did she commit that? What crime did she
They trying to cut her off now, family.
Don't get her. I got it. Don't get her. I got it. All right, call the next person. Call the next person.
Y'all see that? She did it again. We talking about a demise of a young woman by the hands of an officer who has a disturbing past history of the same thing. And Tiffany doesn't look up at her, doesn't pay her any attention, just like she did the firefighters. And then she says, next person. Tiffany heart is cold as ice. The Veil told us that, and I said it. Tiffany don't care. That girl is the most evilest. She's a walking danger. She is dangerous to society. And a lot of people are taking this thing for a joke. And it's not. This girl is evil and dangerous. You can see the cold heart right there. My question is, first of all, justice for Alexis Wilson. And, you know, my question is, did the officer, Perez, and the rest of them who was involved in Alexis Wilson's demise, brutal demise, did they pass that test? Did they pass the test to become a police officer? Because, see, now we see why the police officers move so terrible. Now we see why they move like they haven't had training. Now we see why they move so negligent. Because a lot of them haven't even passed the test. They call it like the BAT test. B-A-T. Got family members that wear uniforms as well. But now we see why Dolton police officers move so negligently. They moved negligently the night, this here night that they had this meeting. And I'm going to show people that. They moved so negligently. Overperforming. Overdoing it. Don't know how to de-escalate. So that's why I asked. The officers that was involved in Alexis Wilson's demise, did those officers pass tests, pass their police tests, they police physical, they police training? It's given no. Because we clearly see in the news this week that they are talking about Tiffany promoted police officers who failed the test. She still put them as officers even though they failed. She gave them promotions even though they wasn't even supposed to be police officers because they didn't pass the test to become police officers. But she put them on in there anyway and gave them a badge. So that's why I asked about these officers who was involved in Alexis Wilson's demise. Were they certified? Did they pass the police test? Because their actions are making me question that as well. And the actions of the police officers the night of this here meeting made me question those officers. Did they pass their test? And if so, what was the scores? Did they pass their physical? If so, what was the scores? Did they pass their training? If so, what was the scores? Wow. Wow. And after all that lady said, Tiffany said, next person, next person. What? cares nothing about it. Now, this here, Lord have mercy. This dude right here, he's Tiffany's caper. You know, yeah. He's a fan. Yeah, he's a caper. And Mike, I hope you don't think I forgot about you, bro. Because see, I talked about Sir Stick a lot, your homeboy. And I guess you think that, oh, you know, she ain't said nothing, but oh, I got you coming. Oh, I got you coming, bruh. I ain't forget about you, bruh. Yeah, I got you coming real soon. Yeah, because see, you like to bully the residents too. You like to intimidate the residents too. Yeah, you do. You know. So, if you thought I talked about Sir Steak a lot, I got you coming up. I ain't forgot about you. No. I didn't forget about you. You coming up. Well, he got up there, he caking and caping for the hen, okay? I'm not finna play nothing that he said because over here they gets no shine because what they be talking about is full of lies. Psst. I see liars. Yes. He don't do nothing but lie. And I'm going to show it when I talk about him pretty soon. You coming. You coming. Yeah. So now I ain't forget about you. Now, who can anybody tell me where did the elderly goon come from? I knew they had the goons. I didn't know they got elderly goons too. This lady here, where did they get her from, first of all? Where did they get the elderly goon from with a collection plate mouth and with a devil speech, but using the higher power in her mouth? You can't make this up. See, listen to me, y'all. Y'all need to listen to me. We need to come together. No, lady. No. We don't come together with devils, okay? You can't come together with the devil. You are trying to make people come together with the devil, the hen. We can't do that, lady. Where did they find this elderly goon at anyway? She kept on saying, we got to come together. No, lady. See, it looked like you're supposed to have a lot of wisdom up under your belt. You should know that you can't work with the devil without being burnt. You can't work with the devil without being in danger. You will fall in that quicksand every time. So what made you even come up there asking people to come together with the devilish hen, with the evil hen? You sat right up there in this here meeting and heard that woman dismiss everything those firefighters said. You sat right up there and saw that mud-walling devilish hen dismiss what Alexis' mother said. And you come right there with some age on you that should be for wisdom, but tried to make people still come together with a devil in disguise of makeup. Where did they find the elderly goon? I'm sorry. I keeps it real. We don't work with the devil, lady. No, it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. And since Tiffany loved New Jack City so much, y'all remember in New York City when they was in there, and in New Jack, Keisha, the old man, came in there and said, hey, what y'all doing what y'all doing? This, that. And then Keisha said, step off, Grandpa. Yeah, that's how we feel about you, lady. Step off, Grandma. Because we're not playing with the devil. You can keep caking and caping for that devil sitting up there. But we can't join hands with the devil now. No. Step off, Grandma. Please. Please go back. Please go back where she came from. Now, anyway, Tiffany up there always got something to say to Kiana. And Kiana gonna keep saying stuff to you, Hen. You already know. That's not Karma. Or Carlisle or whatever her name is. Carlisle, I'm still watching you with 5 pair of glasses on, okay? I really am. I mean, I got to see a lot more. But you did good, though. You did good when you put on your big girl thongs and tried to hold your own, you know. So you getting there. You getting there. Still got to watch you, though, because I don't like straddlers, okay? Now, Tiffany was sitting up there, always got something to say to Kiana. And like Kiana said, Tiffany is the common denominator. Trifling. Yeah, so let's hear that. So let's hear that.
To continue to monitor, remove, and take off our items, it's a slap in the face. Yes, she is the chairperson, but it is the Village of Dolton Board of Trustees meeting. So as long as we have a quorum, we can have a special meeting here. It's a shame that we even have to go through this. If our items was placed on the agenda, we would go through the meeting and continue on and have go about our way. But because of someone wanted to be a self-servant and not a public servant, these are the things that we're encountering. It's sad, and yes, she said clickbait. It's a shame that probably from now until she go to jail, we'll be looking at camera people in here. We shouldn't be on TV every first Monday about what's going on in the Village of Dolton.
Exactly. And that's because Tiffany she wants to be a reality star anyway, okay? But she going about it the wrong way. I don't know why she just didn't go and audition for that junk. And instead of just putting people in hardship. But she's going to jail. You know? And she always say, oh, y'all doing this for clickbait. Y'all doing this for this, that. But all at the same time, she's loving the attention that she's getting. It don't matter that it's negative as hell. She loves it. Yeah, she does. She thinks she's a movie star. And listen to what else.
It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. But at the same time, the same person creates all this chaos. Are y'all not going to the Thornton meetings? Y'all see the same thing happening over there, and it's not the same people. So who is the common denominator?
Tiffany.
Who is the person that's really creating the chaos?
The hen. That's who really creating it, and she's right. Who is the common denominator? The mud-walling hen. Yes, everywhere she goes, she leaves a trail of mud. She tracks a trail of mud to Thornton Township. Then she'll track that trail of mud right back to Dolton Village. Just full of mud. Yeah. And Tiffany overstepped her boundaries when it comes to the Open Meeting Act violations. Yeah, she's right on that borderline of that. And the trustees did write in a letter along with some of the residents about how Tiffany only is allowing about 40 seats for the Dolton of Village. Okay? And she puts in 40 seats because that's all she wants to be there. That's a violation. Then she leave all the other residents outside. You can't do that. Then she'll block off handicap, block off the parking lot. They have to walk and all that. That is on the borderline of violating the Open Meetings Act. Yeah. She had that limited seating and all that. So, listen to what Jason said, because they did write a letter to the Attorney General about Tiffany violating the Open Acts law. And the Attorney General wrote Tiffany about 2 times about this here situation, about the Open Meetings Act violation. And Tiffany and her administration still won't respond to that Attorney General, which is normal. You know, there's something stinks to high sky about Tiffany and this Attorney General that just keeps sitting there. He ain't saying nothing about the firefighters either. Neither is the Prisky Pretzel Man, governor. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too in another video. Yeah. But listen to Jason.
The board decided that we felt that it was improper, and we adjourned that meeting accordingly. Following that meeting, we've made 2 outreaches in April as well as in May through our attorneys to the Attorney General's office. We had not gotten immediate response. However, thankfully, with assistance and persistence through residents as well, Mr. Dan Lee, amongst other residents who have joined in the writing, we've been able to receive a response from the Attorney General's office on June 10th. They responded saying that the matter does determine further investigation and seek a response from the administration. That was June 10th, where the original letter came. June 28th, last Friday, apparently no response has been given. So a second request has been issued, and that second request is essentially saying that if we do not get a response, they have no choice but to deem this an Open Meetings Act violation. So hopefully there will be a response.
So you hear, they sent in 2 responses. The Attorney General sent Tiffany and her administration a letter and told them to respond. Tiffany is ignoring it. So like he said, as of June 28th, they said, the Attorney General office said, hey, you need to respond. If you don't respond, then it will be a violation of the Open Meetings Act. You are in violation if you don't respond. Okay? Now, but check this out.
For the residents.
Okay. Now, you notice that, Jason, we noticed that you said the Attorney General did write back on June the 28th and said, if Tiffany don't respond, then they have no choice but to deem it an Open Meeting Act violation. My thing is, we didn't hear a deadline. Like, we need to know, Jason, if it's on there, let us know. But we need to know that what time frame has he given Tiffany to respond before it is deemed an Open Meeting Act violation. See, Jason just said the Attorney General did send something June 28th, and he said if Tiffany don't respond, he is forced to deem this an Open Meeting Act violation. It doesn't say when, though. Did he give Tiffany 2 weeks to respond? 3 weeks to respond? A month to respond? 2 months to respond? Because I noticed that that was missing. And see, when that's missing, they can give Tiffany damn near a year to respond. Because there's no date on there that she's obligated to respond. So that's why I say it's like they throwing these little trick things in there. Oh yeah, if she don't respond, it's gonna be an open meeting act violation. I have no choice but to push to say it's an open meeting. Okay, well, when is the deadline to respond? Because if you leave that open like that, you can let this here linger on for damn near a year or more. Because it's no deadline saying when it stops. So we need to know what's the date on the deadline. And if you don't have the date, you need to write back and get one. When is the date that she has to respond? Is it a week from now? Is it 2 weeks from now? Is it a month from now? Do she have 2 months to respond? What is the deadline for her response? That's what I just want to, that's what I want to know. We noticed that was missing. Yes, we did. And then Jason also said that Miss Lightfoot is working on this case, regardless of the hen talking about she vetoed her because the Attorney General did write them. And Tiffany wrote the Attorney General and said, they violated. So can you tell them that they violated? See, she's very bold with everything that she's doing wrong and all this criminal behavior that she's doing. She's still bold enough, and she hasn't answered the Attorney General about that bogus cancer charity foundation that she still hasn't sent in all the documents for that. So they stopped that charity. They stopped it. It can no longer function because she didn't send in all the paperwork. But then she goes right back and write this same Attorney General and say, tell the trustees that they are in violation of hiring Miss Lightfoot. What? So you ignore them on the charity stuff. You won't send in all the proper documents for this charity. You acting like that don't even exist or matter. But then you turn right around and tell that same Attorney General, I need you to tell these trustees that they violating law by hiring Miss Lightfoot. What? You are bold. So that's why I asked, why is Tiffany so bold to these big wig people? That's why I said we're going to talk about that coming up pretty soon as well. Do a breakdown on that. But anyway, Tiffany wrote and told the Attorney General to tell the trustees that they are violating. He wrote a letter and say, no, they are not violating. Actually, they are within law to do that. Now Tiffany's sitting there looking stupid in that mud pen. Okay. Now, this is what Jason said. The outcome of Miss Lightfoot. So Miss Lightfoot is able to continue working. And he read a statement from Miss Lightfoot because, of course, if Miss Lightfoot had came to the meeting, then him was going to try to say, the meeting over, the meeting over. You know what? Miss Lightfoot don't care nothing about your meeting being over, sister, okay? She's still investigating, and she still is doing it very, very well, from my understanding. Yeah, she is. And she has talked to some witnesses. And she's been trying to talk to some of Tiffany goons. But a lot of her goons are staying real tight-lipped and don't want to cooperate. That's expected. You know, that's what goons do. You know. But the thing is, Miss Lightfoot is still working on it. And while you was trying to be smart and say it was violating law. No, it was not violating law. And now, it's nothing you could do about it. No, it's not. And you better be glad Miss Lightfoot didn't come up there to that meeting and say it. Because you know I told you I'm going to be her translator. But Jason is translating this letter, so I'm not going to mess with that. But when Miss Lightfoot decides that she wants to say something, you know, through an article or something like that, I will be her translator, you old mud wildin' hen. Anyway, listen to what Jason said. That Miss Lightfoot sent a letter for Jason to read. Miss Lightfoot don't want to be in the same room with this hen anyway. Anyway, here you go.
was less than pleasurable based on the request. So we do have an update, or I have an update email that was received from the investigation on former Mayor Lightfoot. Has emailed a response that I want to read into record, so that way hopefully this will be much more peaceful. So her statement: we are making consistent progress in addressing the questions the board has asked us to address in its resolution. We have conducted a number of witness interviews, many of which have been very informative and have led to the discovery of other relevant evidence. We have...
Miss Lightfoot done talked to some of the witnesses. Yes, she has. And she said it was very productive, you know, as I might add. She said it was very productive. And the witnesses are cooperating. And it led her to other things of evidence of some stank going on. Yeah, so Tiffany, whether you like it or not, Miss Lightfoot is investigating.
Many lawsuits filed. We have reviewed historic village legislative action, and we have issued scores of FOIA requests to the village of Dolton and elsewhere. As a result of this work, a picture is emerging of the village's finances, the way in which the current executive administration operates, many issues with the police department regarding staffing and operations, and overall how the village form of government does or does not comply with state law. It's ordinances and long.
Miss Lightfoot ain't playing with two hands. She done got the Miss Lightfoot doing that thing. Go ahead, Lightfoot. Go ahead, Miss Lightfoot. Yes, she's doing that. Yes, she is. And let me tell you what, Jason was reading all that. The hen was just too disgusted. Yes, she was. But it's nothing she could do about it. Because the paperwork has came in now that Miss Lightfoot appointing her is not against the law. That the trustees could do that. So she was just in total disgust. Yeah.
Standing norms regarding the village government. Not surprisingly, there have been obstacles. Chief among them is the village continues to ignore its obligations under FOIA. There is seemingly no identifiable FOIA officer as mandated by state law. Instead, the few communications, if any, are with any anonymous person who refuses to be identified themselves, again, a violation of state law among many issues. This non-compliance with FOIA was expected, and we have a plan to address this and any continuing compliance issues. And while many witnesses have been generous in their willingness to be interviewed, the village mayor's failure to cooperate has a chilling effect on the current employees' willingness to speak or otherwise cooperate. We will continue.
So, y'all hear that again. Miss Lightfoot said exactly what I have been saying. The hen is in charge of this whole thing. You know, people could say that Keith is the mastermind. Let me tell y'all something. A criminal don't need a whole lot of education. Okay? Most of the biggest dope dealers didn't finish school, but they knew how to operate an operation. An illegal operation, okay? And that's how the hen is. Now, yeah, Keith has certain things that he can bring to the forefront. It was just like New Jack City. She loves it. How Nino Brown used what Christopher Williams, forgot his name in there, but he used Christopher Williams to do the computer stuff. That don't mean Nino Brown was dumb. Not by a long shot. Nino Brown saw how he can benefit his operation by knowing how to work computers. So he brought him in. That's the same thing Tiffany did with Keith. And as you see, Miss Lightfoot just said the same thing in her letter. That the non-cooperation of Tiffany has her goons not cooperating. Scared, basically, to cooperate because they are fearing the hen. That's all it says. That's all it says.
Continue to work to overcome this problem. While we have made consistent progress, more work needs to be done. We have been very efficient to date in the expenses incurred, and by our estimates, we are well under $20,000 to date. As obligated, we will provide a projection of all costs when we get closer to the $30,000 mark. And as always, we will continue to do our work in a manner that minimizes expenses while diligently following the facts. So that is a statement for the update on this report.
So that was Miss Lightfoot's statement. So she said right now, her bill hasn't even reached $20,000. Okay, but she has dug into a whole lot. So y'all heard what he said. So she has dug into a lot of stuff with witnesses and with the police department. She see the police department is not up to par. It's a lot of stuff going on in that. The finances, she sees that. A lot of that, you know. And the witnesses has led her to other things. But the hen still won't cooperate, neither will her goons. Okay? So, now, let's go on to Stan. Because, see, Stan look like he trying to turn a little leaf there. I'm telling y'all, I'm asking, is that heat hot? See, you know when the heat is getting hot because you see how Carmen is now acting. Carlisle. She is turning. Now, you see the other man, Jones, he's still trying to straddle, okay? And I done told that man to quit talking about the high power, but he's still dancing with the devil, okay? But the thing is Carlisle and Stan, look like they turning a new leaf. They trying to do what's right so that the feds and them can see that they are at least trying to do right now. Yeah. But those subpoenas still stacked up on their head, okay? But they're trying to look like cooperate when it comes to decisions with these board meetings. Okay? So Stan said that Stan was finna step down in his last meeting he did. He just got frustrated. He said, I'm going to step down. I'm like he wanted to quit, okay? So Stan came back at this here meeting and said his emotions took over him. And then when he met with the youth was telling him, don't quit on us. Don't quit on us. Well, I'm going to let Stan tell y'all about that. And then I'm going to tell y'all what I think, the reason why Stan stayed, okay? So, yeah, my opinion. So this is Stan.
Seeking to declare the appointment as unconstitutional.
Jason.
And on June 14th, we received the correspondence from the Attorney General. Look, I'll just read the last couple of lines. Therefore, the Public Access Bureau concludes the board did not violate OMA by voting to appoint Mrs. Lightfoot as special investigator on April 8th. This letter serves to close the file, and if you have any further questions, please contact me.
Okay, so that was what that last little bit that Jason said, that's what we just talked about, family. That the Attorney General did write a letter and said the appointing of Miss Lightfoot does not violate the law. Therefore, the trustees do have a right to hire her, and she has a right to be there. Case closed. He said that part is over with. She could be there. Okay? So now, this is Stan. This is Stan right here.
Which always takes to the gentleman there. You definitely put something on my mind when you said we need to elevate ourselves. And within hope of 6 trustees and the mayor, we can definitely take that words of wisdom. This young man traveled so far to come let us know we need to elevate ourselves. God help those that help themselves, and that's definitely what we need to do, board and mayor. We need to help ourselves first.
So you hear Stan is now changing his tune, family. He's telling the mayor we need to change our ways and we need to do what's right. Yes. What?
Get on track. We need to get on track. Because we have fell off track, so we must get the residents more than what they asked for. And I understand when you had mentioned that the taxes went up.
Now, Stan said they need to stay on track. He said, Mayor, we done fell off track. And we need to get back on track for the residents. What you say, Stan?
Yeah, last week we did have a meeting out at Thornton Township about the lawn program. If you happen to be a senior that can't cut grass anymore, it's a very vital program to be a part of. I cried out, yes, I want to step down. And the young people, I have a relationship there, and they made it their business. They made it their business to hold me accountable that you can't step down right now because we're going to make this happen. But they will be working with me so I can make my transition, so I can retire there because I can't keep up like I used to. So they're coming real strong. The program is getting stronger, and the contractors definitely can't take the work from the youth.
Okay, so now y'all heard Stan. Y'all heard Stan. Stan said that you said you can't quit on us now and all that stuff like that, okay? Maybe the youth did, kind of say something like that. My opinion, it wasn't the youth who told him not to leave. It was this hen that told him, you in too deep, bro, to call yourself saying you quit. Because, see, if you quit, then that means you probably will most likely be trying to cooperate with some folks because you're no longer on the goon squad. You done got too deep in now to try to pull out. Don't even try, bro. That's my opinion. That's how criminal behavior people work. You can't leave a group of criminal behavior and a group of goons without some consequences, without some pushback, without some bullying. And Stan is a little bit too old to be tangling with Tiffany and her goons. So he came up, in my opinion, you just don't say that I was strong-armed to stay. So you say the kids didn't want me to leave. Now, they probably did say, no, Mr. Stan, don't leave her. Don't leave her. They probably did say that. But that wasn't the reason why you stayed, in my opinion. Stan, we not crazy. Okay? We already seen how Tiffany Goon bullied Miss Stubbs. We already seen how Tiffany Goons bullied the little boy and his grandmother and threw him out of the Easter egg trifling turkey egg Easter hunt event. We already seen how Tiffany and her goons, female goons, bullied the clerk up out her own office and told her, don't come back here. We already seen how Tiffany and her goons are doing the fire department. We already see how her and her goons are doing just about anybody that don't fall in line with them. So when you jumped up that last meeting about 2 weeks ago or whatever and said, I'm just going to quit. See, you thought you'd be able to pull out real quick like that just by saying, I'm frustrated. I quit this whole thing. Oh, no. It don't work like that when it comes to goons. Yeah. That's why they tell people don't get involved with a criminal clique. Because it's hard to pull out. Just like Karma. Kyle lied. It's hard to pull out. Yeah. Y'all gonna get a lot of pushback just for trying to do what's right now. Because I saw the look on Tiffany's face at that meeting. If people go back and look, when Tiffany was saying we need to change, when Stan was telling the hen, Tiffany, we need to change. We're falling off the track. We need to get back on track. And we need to do this. We need to do that. Tiffany had the most evilest look towards Stan. Then she looked over at Keith, and Keith looked at her, and then they both looked at Stan. So, that's my opinion on that, Stan. Now, let me tell y'all. Listen to Tiffany. I'm going to tell y'all right now, family. When Tiffany was up there getting ready to talk, these people here, the whole crowd, soon as she started talking, they threw up some newspapers. They didn't want to hear nothing. They had planned that. I think that was the most brilliant plan. That was the most brilliant. When Tiffany started talking, they all whipped out some newspapers and started reading it. Wasn't paying her, and then they made sure it was up high enough where they don't have to see her face. Yes, they wasn't reading it, but it was to make sure we let her know we don't care nothing about what she talking about, because she ain't talking about nothing. She don't do nothing but lie. She a good liar. Yeah. So they throw that stuff up there because they didn't feel like hearing nothing that Tiffany had to say. No, they didn't. Now, let's listen to what Tiffany was saying. Y'all already know it's a bunch of lies.
You guys, because it should always be more than one opinion, more than one narrative that's given here at our village. Unfortunately, through the media, which I call fake news, they only show one negative, false narrative. There's no facts, no truth to it. People get to the podium and just lie. And it ain't no truth, but the news will play the lie on the news. And it's sad because little do they know they're putting people in jeopardy, whether it's board members, whether it's our staff. People do tend to lash out at people that they see. That's another reason my village hall was closed down, because people would come in and harass our staff. But no one asks the right questions. You got people coming from all over that don't live in our town. People don't live in Dolton, but yet this room is full. And it's not even full of our adult residents. People just stood up there and said they was from Washington, D.C. Come on now. Don't live in the state of Illinois, for that matter, the township, nor do they live in the village of Dolton. Also, you have people that make comments.
Okay. Now, Tiffany is complaining about how it's so many out-of-towners that's coming in to their meeting. And she's saying that these people should not be at her meetings, period, because they're not from Dolton. She's saying it's a man from Washington there, then there's some more people from other states and city that came in. One man came in from Buffalo, New York. Tiffany is saying all these outsiders don't belong there anyway. Well, Tiffany, let me tell you something, okay? That's what movements are. That's what movements are. Which furthermore lets me know that you came to Alabama and walked across that Edmund Pettus Bridge and did not know the history of that bridge. And that's why we say don't do it no more while you got these people in hardship like this. That's not what that bridge was for. But what I'm saying is, people from all walks of life came together from different states, different cities, different nationalities, all that, for a movement of change. So yes, you will see people from Washington. You will see people from Buffalo, New York. You will see people from the South. You will see people who can make it and who's able to make it come and support the people of Dolton and the people of the township. That's what they do. So, what are you talking about? As you see, these people are from somewhere else. Yeah, that's what movements do. They be from all across the world. Some of them. Oh, seems like I got to school you every doggone week. Anyway. But I see you've been trying to hold out from saying that. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled and all that. You've been holding off on that ever since I said something. I noticed.
That don't live here, they live in a whole nother city, but come to Dolton and say that they live in our town, and they do not. Again, no one fact checks. People just sit there and say whatever it is.
So they go where they want to go.
Wish that people would allow me to lead and stop trying to tell me what to do. I am the leader. I am not in their seats any longer. I was in their seats for 8 years. I win every single term that I run for.
Now check out what this hen say, family. She's going to say something that I told y'all. This is how Tiffany thinks. And her goons. Listen to this, because she is talking about how she's the first black female mayor and that she is going to get in that seat again. And check out why she says she's going to get in that seat again. And I told y'all that was the case, because I told y'all you got to look at the numbers, and Tiffany is looking at the numbers. And listen to what she says, because she's confident she's going to get in there again. Check it out.
Every single time. The last seat, which is the mayor seat that I just won by 82%, I will win my next term, and just stay tuned to that, because this little...
She says she will win her next term. So stay tuned for it. Listen at the confidence.
Crowd that comes here and try to keep up mess and kick up dust for clickbait, for the news, or for just to get them on and say, hey girl, I was on the news. That's so beneath us.
So, check this out.
Is there a second? Is there a motion a second? It is one narrative that's given here at our village. Unfortunately, through the media, which I call fake news, they only show one negative, false narrative. There's no facts, no truth to it. People get to the podium and just lie. And it is no truth, but then the news will play the lie.
Now, I'm playing it again because I want y'all to check out.
Little do they know they're putting
it's a certain word she used when she's talking about the people coming in.
Whether it's
and about how she's confident she will win that seat again.
That's another
I want y'all to listen to a key word.
Because people will come in and harass our staff, but no one asks the right questions. You got people coming from all over that don't live in our town. People don't live in Dolton, but yet this room is full, and it's not even full of our dog residents. People just stood up there and said they was from Washington, D.C. Come on now. Don't
pay close attention.
The state of Illinois, for that matter, the township, nor do they live in the village of Dolton. Also, you have people that make comments. I know at one of our previous meetings that don't live here. They live in a whole nother city, but come to Dolton and say that they live in our town, and they do not. Again, no one fact checks. People just sit there and say whatever it is. Wish that people would allow me to lead and stop trying to tell me what to do. I am the leader. I am not in their seats any longer. I was in their seats for 8 years. I win every single term that I run for, every single term. The last seat, which is the mayor seat that I just won by 82%, I will win my next term, and just stay tuned to that, because this little crowd that comes here and try to keep up mess and kick.
You heard her? She said what she said, family. This little crowd that comes here and keep up, the chaos or whatever she's going to call it. But notice the key word is she said, this little crowd that come here, call themselves, want to go against me, I will make that next term. So you notice I told y'all, she's looking at, it's the same handful of people. I told y'all before, let's say about 75 to 80 to 100 is a long way from 20,000 residents. So what she is banking on is that the ones who are not there are really for her. No matter if they are or not, the point is, the math that you're looking at says, okay, about 100 people are constantly against me. But it's 20,000 residents here. So most likely I win again. That's what she's banking on. She specifically said, oh, this little crowd that's here that's always coming to say something against me, this little crowd. I told y'all, family. I told y'all, I know Tiffany. I told y'all this about 3 weeks before she even said this. I said the math ain't mathing. And that we needed more residents to come out to show her no, no, no. And I understand that some say that, oh, this is a working class village. Okay. But they have some things in the evening. All 20,000 people are not working in the evening. I'm sorry. They can come out. Some of them are scared of retaliation. Understandable. But Tiffany is going off the math. Yeah. Wow. And she's confident of winning 2025. Wow. Okay. So now, Tiffany tried to show her raggedy video. And when she tried to show that raggedy video of that skate, that's when old baby girl slipped up and said, my, welcome to my. What? Yeah. So Tiffany tried to show that video to show people that she do things for the community. But what she did was put her foot in her own mouth, because she showed us that the teens can skate and that the teens can flip on skates. They could do splits on skates. They could turn around and do 4-5 spins on skates. And don't none of that look like they are on drugs. So she put her foot in her mouth when she showed that video. Because why aren't those kids in the youth program cutting grass? Don't say that they all got problems passing a drug test. So she put her foot in her mouth. But anyway, she played this old trifling ass video during the meeting. And that's when the people threw up their newspapers, and some of them even stood up and turned their backs on Tiffany. They did not want to see the video, didn't want to hear the video, none of that. They did not want to see that raggedy video, so the residents turned their backs to it. Yes, they did. So
clickbait for the news, or for just to get them on and say, hey girl, I was on the news. That's so.
They wasn't studying her. They wasn't studying, Tiffany. They really wasn't.
All right, is there a second?
So what Tiffany did was show that trifling video that didn't nobody want to see. And then it was just, all Tiffany did was pour syrup on a pile of doo-doo. We were still smelling the doo-doo. But she thought that pouring syrup on it was going to fool the people and the residents. And it didn't. They pulled up their newspapers and didn't pay her a bit of attention. They turned their back to that trifling video that she was trying to show. Yes. But see, Tiffany, my thing is, you showing this video of the skate thing. See, I did this. I threw a little skate thing. I finally opened it up. Because, see, the ice skate rink don't be open unless Tiffany is using it. And so she wanted to brag about an ice skating rink that she has had locked down and secured, and if anybody go near it, the goons come out. So this thing has been locked down for a long time. But now she wants to unlock it to say what she's doing for the community. And the people didn't want to hear it. That's why you see them with the newspapers and things like that. And then I'm so tired of this right here. This old trifling goon right here. And this one over here in the corner. This one over here in the corner. Keep that old blonde wig in her hair. They do's no work. Did they pass that police test? I want to see these two test scores. Did they pass? Did they pass the physical? That's what we want to know. But you see, the residents done stood up and turned their backs to Tiffany. They do not want to see this old trifling video Tiffany is playing over here on the side. No, they don't. Y'all see right here on the side, Tiffany has this old trifling video playing right here of the kids skating. And they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. But my thing is, Tiffany, why didn't you show a video of the Vegas trip? Why won't you show a video about Alexis' demise, the unedited version? Why you won't show the video of your female police goons putting that clerk out? Why you won't show the video of you stopping business license? What's really? Why you won't show the video of that? Of you stopping the business license, stopping them from getting renewed and all that? Why you won't show that? Why you won't show the video of where the firefighters' money is at? See, we want to see that video. We want to see the video of where the firefighters' money at. Why you ain't show the video of y'all purchasing that $140,000 Tahoe? Why you didn't show the video that's showing us all receipts that they've been asking for over 2 years? Show the video of you and your goons getting those cheap properties. What those cheap properties they was getting, family, for about, they say about $10. Some of them were getting them for about $10 or something like that. Why didn't Tiffany show a video of her goons and herself getting properties? Tiffany, why you didn't show the video of you giving out wigs to the cancer patients like you promised? Why you didn't show a video of you and your goons taking first-class flights on these lavish trips off the taxpayers' dollars? Why you didn't show that video? Didn't nobody want to see those gutter trash videos you be showing? We want to see the videos that I just mentioned. Where is the videos for the receipts? That's what we want to know. Now, Tiffany tried to slide in a bill on the trustees. See, they weren't paying Tiffany a bit of attention. They turned their backs to her. Now, Tiffany was trying to throw in some bills that she tried to throw in before, family. See, about a couple of months ago, Tiffany tried to throw some bills to be paid during the board meeting, and they told her no. Well, Tiffany slid them back in there this time, hoping that they would overlook it. And they didn't. Jason and the other trustees caught it. So they said they're going to remove those bills again. Say, these are the same bills that you tried to throw on us about 2 months ago, and we said no. Now you're going to try to slide them in here and ease them in here again like we don't know what's going on, and we're going to still vote no. Okay? So Tiffany tried to be slick. I tell you, Tiffany is so slick. So check this out.
Motion second. Any discussion?
This is her trying to get those
yes, ma'am.
bills
Another
paid.
superseding motion.
Okay.
This will be approving the bills as read with the following removals. These are the same individuals that were removed in the previous month, so this is not.
So you hear Jason, family, say these are the bills that was removed in the previous months, and we're finna remove them again. Okay, so this is
just a matter of record. So approving the bills as read, removing page 5, Delgado Law Group.
Okay, so now let me. I didn't go down, but this is what they removed, family. The trustees removed these items that Tiffany was trying to throw back in there. That Delgado firm, which is hers. They work for her basically. She tried to put in there them $119,000. Then it's a place called Existing Concrete, $14,000. Then a 5-star, $122,000. Then John Trees, $155,000. Then a KAM Ventures, $183,000. Then a Lopez Maintenance, $10,000. Then a designer place, $65,000. Then Raul and Son, $181,000. Then some type of pool solution. There go that pool crap again. But anyway, I thought the pool don't work. So why would y'all need some solutions? Because this sounds like a pool place. Because it says pool solutions. Yeah. But anyway, pool solutions, $34,000. So if the community pool has been broken for a minute, why is Tiffany trying to pay for pool supplies? Who pool is Tiffany been keeping up with for $30,000? That they getting maintenance to their pool and it's getting fresh water and it's doing all that stuff. That's what it's looking like now, family, because it has pool solutions, $34,000. So Tiffany tried to slide all these here bills in there, and the trustees had already said no a couple of months prior, but she still thought that they was dumb, and she tried to throw it in there again, and the trustees voted no. Okay, now listen to this.
Because when I looked at the meeting, it said
listen at this, that Kiana is now bringing up some vehicles that are not accounted for. They had old police vehicles that they were supposed to have been like swapping out to get new vehicles. Well, according to what Kiana Belcher is saying, allegedly, is that they got the new vehicles, but the old vehicles was not traded in for it. So they're saying, where are the old vehicles? Then Kiana said the old vehicles was put online for sale. So who got that money when they sold those vehicles, allegedly? So this is Kiana breaking that down. Check this out.
We were going to be turning in vehicles for the lease for the fleets. None of the guy, Christopher Fry, who emailed me back, said that none of the vehicles was turned in. So if we didn't turn in any vehicles and we purchased 28 new vehicles, because that's what the exact total is, 28 new vehicles, where are those old vehicles?
So why don't you think we have the old vehicles?
You said what?
I said, why you don't think we have the old vehicles?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that.
Now
I was
check
asking
this
a question,
out.
But the reason I'm asking that is because historically, if you're selling anything, it should go through the board. Because in 2021, you put that you were selling some stuff in the basement and you brought it in front of us and said, this stuff is a surplus, you know, that we have to go in front of the body to sell stuff. But y'all been selling these cars on govdeals.org and it hasn't came across the board.
That's what Kiana said now, allegedly. So they bought new police vehicles and they were supposed to take the old ones and return them to that same place that they got the new ones from. You know, kind of like, okay, you get a little discount if you turn in some vehicles. You know, when you trade in the vehicle, you get some money off of it. Well, Kiana said the people told her they got some new vehicles from us, but they didn't never trade in the old ones. Well, Kiana said then they noticed that they had these vehicles online for sale. So if they had it online for sale and they got money for it, where's that money at? And then, on top of that, before you put a city vehicle online to sell, it's supposed to go through the board first, and the board is supposed to agree to putting these vehicles on the internet for sale. But that did not happen. Tiffany and them did it without them. So where's that money at? Allegedly, now this is what Kiana said. And then you know what the mud wildin' hen did? Threw Keith clean up under the bus. She said, I don't deal with the vehicles and stuff. That's Keith. What? You see? When they come and lock all them up, Tiffany is going to do exactly what her homeboy, her idol in New Jack City, Nino Brown, did. Oh, this thing here bigger than me. Oh, this thing here bigger than me. I ain't the mastermind of this. I ain't touched no credit cards. I ain't touched none of that. It was them. They all did it. They all did it. Oh, yes. Tiffany is going to play that role like her idol, Nino Brown. She's doing it now, right in Keith's face. And Keith just be sitting there. Because he know she's throwing him under the bus. And he know he's getting more in deep quicksand. She'll say it quick, fast, and in a hurry. That ain't me. That's them. That ain't me. That's Keith. That ain't me. That's Lacey. That ain't me. That's my female goons. That ain't me. That's Stan. That ain't me. That's Holmes. That ain't me. That's Kamal. Oh, we getting to Kamal. It's a trouble in paradise. But see, family, I'm going in order with this meeting. Kamal trouble in paradise, you will see it right at the end of this meeting. But I'm getting to it. I'm going in order of how this meeting went. Okay? But it's trouble in paradise at the end of this meeting. Yes, it was. So, okay, so that's what Kiana said about those vehicles.
First of all, we didn't sell anything from out of the
lie. I got it. Her name is
Kiana said you lying. Kiana said she lying, family.
Furniture is still down there now. So we did not. As it relates to vehicles, that would be Keith Freeman question, because he's the one who has the vehicles.
Now, what she just do, family? She said that would be Keith Freeman. I told y'all, she throw Keith clean up under the bus every time, and knowing that the FBI is looking as well. Yes. So she clearly threw Keith up under the bus just then and said, well, you know what, Kiana, as far as the vehicles, that would be Keith Freeman. Wow. Just that quick. She didn't hesitate to throw him clean under the bus. And see, what I tried to tell people keep saying, this person is over there. Tiffany is the boss. Nothing can go through without her approval. Nothing. But she loved to say, they did it. I ain't got my hands on the credit cards. But she making all the shot callers. So anyway, also, that financial person is never there. That financial person has not been there in a minute. And Kiana brought that up. Where is the financial person? Because see, Tiffany, every time something comes up like this about the vehicles, about the receipts, and about all that, she always say, y'all have to ask the finance person. Which the finance person has not been in attendance in a long time. That's just a game that they play to make sure that finance person is not there, so the finance person don't have to answer any questions, okay? That's just how it goes. Tiffany thinks she's slick. That finance person is absent on purpose. Then Jason brought out the fact that he had called that person, and then that person said, I showed up at one of the other meetings, but Tiffany and her goons wouldn't let me in the building and told me to go back home. That's because they did not want her or him, whoever it is, to discuss the financial state of that village. Wow. Wow. So, Tiffany always, that's her way to get out of things. She makes the finance person not attend none of these meetings. So that she can then say, when somebody bring up something about receipts and financial debts and all that stuff, she can say, well, the financial person ain't here. But what she's not telling people is that her and her goons told the financial person, your ass better not come into none of these meetings. Allegedly, I mean, that's what Jason said that the lady told him, or the person told him. So check this out. Kiana is asking about that finance person always being absent, but that person is getting paid. So check it out.
I'm done with it.
Okay, Mayor, can I ask, Mayor, I just have a question, because you made that wonderful statement. I actually have a question.
I don't have any more.
If you say that we meet once a month, and every time, I've said this before, it don't never really go bad till we get to finance. Why is the finance person not here? Why is the person that cut the checks not here?
Why isn't the CPA's office not here? That would solve a lot of things. Since you're talking about nobody calls you, nobody called Keith or whatever. You just said it out your mouth. We meet once a month. I mean, as much money as all these people, we just approved $43,000 for the CPA. The other person that's doing payroll stuff make almost $90,000. They can't afford one meeting a month to come and give us a...
Now that CPA is what she's saying. They just paid the CPA $40,000, which this person is making a whole lot of money, but it's never at the meetings. But now we know, because Jason is going to reveal that that person was told to not come to these meetings. Now, when they saying CPA, that means Certified Public Accounting. Okay? So that's that person. So check it out.
Explanation? And then you steady saying, yes, you went and got the money. I done asked for, I don't know how many months. Where's that? We waiting to see some type of receipt of a deposit, some type of something to say we got it. Well, we seen that we had it, but it hasn't hit the village of Dolton. So when you sat there and did all of that, nobody wants to go back and forth, but you can never give a definite answer. Have we received $6.8 million? Okay, why is the finance person? Last month, I asked the same thing. Why the finance person not here? No answer. It's Monday again. The finance, what is Monday, her own days? But maybe we should change the meeting. I don't know. But it don't make no sense that we have to keep doing this. It makes no sense at all.
One more
now check out. That's the end of conversation. Now check out. Jason say, "Let me add something," because I did call the CPA person, the finance person, and this is what they told me. Now listen to Jason.
Discussion. We're gonna move on a vote so we can get through this agenda.
Just to follow up on Trustee Belcher's point, after last meeting, I did email the CPA and ask them to be present or in attendance. They responded saying that they were willing. They were actually here in the parking lot and were not allowed into the building.
Wow. 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 So, that was it on that. Y'all heard that. Now I'm going to tell y'all this right here. It's criminal behavior all over this. And people who deal in criminal behavior that digs into other people's finance and scam other people out their finance, most likely don't want to let the finance person tell the person who is getting duped what things really are. They don't want the finance person to tell about the missing money, about the firemen's missing money, about how they being ripped off. So, that's why they will not let that financial person show up. The only person that's going to be able to get to that financial person and make them show up without Tiffany interfering and make them talk without Tiffany interfering is the feds. Because right now, Tiffany has it to where that finance person can't come to those meetings. Now, since Jason said that and let it out to the world, Tiffany is most likely going to tell that finance person to show up on that next meeting they have. But guess what? The finance person most likely is not going to have any documentation of anything. They're going to say, oh, I don't have that. Because, see, they're going to be informed, you better not say nothing. You come, but you better not say nothing about no finances. Everything they ask about, you better say, oh, well, I don't have that document with me. But email me and I can get it to you. Anything to prolong the process. So now that it's been out in the open, now Tiffany gonna say something to that financial person, like, you told Jason, you emailed Jason and told Jason, evidently did, because Jason said it. But the thing is, Tiffany's gonna try to make sure that financial person show up that next meeting, because, and then they're gonna make sure that that finance person avoid a lot of questions, or is going to say, oh, I forgot to bring my documents, so I really can't answer that question about that finance problem. Yeah, that's how she wrote. But anyway, that's sad. But anyway, You remember when they had all vetoed the hen about Jason being a pro tem, meaning that if anything happens to the mayor, or if for any reason she can't show up to the meetings, because y'all know, like, when she don't want to come to the meetings, she don't, and she think everything's supposed to stop. No. So they had voted to make Jason the mayor's pro tem, meaning that he can take over the meeting if she's absent or unavailable. Okay? And so they overrode Tiffany again this here meeting. And guess who voted to override the hen? Stan! What? Stan did it. Stan voted against Tiffany on that. And the look on Tiffany's face was shocking. When they voted to override Tiffany's decision to not let Jason be mayor pro tem, they all said, yep, I override. Yep, I override. Yep, I override. And Stan said, yep, I override. Holmes was the only one that said no. Wow. So that's why I said, is the heat getting hot? Is the heat getting hot? Yeah. And Tiffany still said, well, I'm the leader, I'm the mayor, so I'm going to overturn it anyway. So Jason is not going to be no pro tem. So she overrode it again. Okay? But, you know, most likely she'll be going to jail. If she don't be going to jail soon, Jason will take over if she goes to jail. And then hopefully that 2025, where she thinks she's so confident that she'll win, maybe someone like Jason will get it instead of her. We don't know. But anyway, now, she lied so much. And, you know, Lavelle said that. He said that she told a lie quick, fast, and in a hurry on that board meeting one time. And he said he was shocked because she played a good performance with lying. She is a professional liar. We said she was, and he verified it. Okay? So, my thing is it trouble in paradise? Yes, is it trouble in paradise? Let's get to it, family, then we're going to close it out. Because, see, a lot of people didn't realize that Kamal was at the Thornton Township meeting, and he was at the Dolton meeting, okay? But the thing is that Kamal didn't really mean mug people like he normally do. Now, this is at the Dolton meeting, and you can see that Kamal had on a white Adidas shirt, and he had on a black hat. Now, he was at the Thornton meeting, which was very short. He sat down, didn't mean mug nobody, not really for real. He didn't. He kind of kept his eyes on the hen. That's why I say it's a trouble in paradise. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about, family, okay? Now, check this out. This is Kamal. Okay? Kamal has on a white Adidas shirt and a black hat. He was standing there when Miss Mary was talking. He was standing there. Yeah, he was. And this is Kamal. He didn't mean mug. He didn't mean mug. Now, let me tell y'all something. Kamal is looking the whole time. He stopped mean mugging the residents. And you saw him mean mugging the hen more. Yeah, is it trouble in paradise? And I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. But anyway, right there, Kamal is not mean mugging the residents. So you have to go back and look at it. You know, like I told y'all, I watch it with the sound and I watch it without the sound, like the watch behavior. And Kamal was actually looking like he normally look at residents. He was looking at the hen that way, during that Dolton board meeting. It's something about Kamal. See, Kamal, we have got accustomed to Kamal mean-mugging residents like he want to do something to the residents. But for some reason this time, he doesn't. He keeps his eyes kind of focused on the hen. Not in a good way. You can see him kind of twist his lip like, yeah, whatever. Literally when she's talking. Yeah. And right here, you see that little smirk like, yeah, y'all know how you do your lips like, yeah, that motherfucker lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they lying. You know what I'm saying? He's not looking at Miss Mary. If you go back and you look at the video on or whatever, and you go back and check it out, you will see Kamal is not mean mugging Miss Mary. He's looking at Tiffany like that. Dead locked in. It's almost like it's trouble in paradise. Yeah. And normally when I say stuff, family, what happened? I be right. I told y'all that picture was her, and Lavelle looked at booed up. And that's exactly what he said it was. So now, and everything else I've called out. I'm always saying, I told y'all, family. I told y'all, family. I told y'all, family. So I'm telling you right now, Kamal was not mean-mugging the people as hard as he was that mud-wilding hen. So then I wonder, did Lavelle's interview kind of piss Kamal off? Because you notice that Kamal had then found out that he was being played along with Lavelle. And a lot of things that Lavelle was saying, Kamal knew. We didn't know. But it's certain things that Lavelle was probably saying that that Kamal was saying, well, I remember that. Yeah. Well, just like Lavelle said, she probably was telling the old boy that I was her friend. Same way she was telling me he was her friend. See, Kamal probably thought Tiffany had told Lavelle that her and Kamal were dealing. But Lavelle said, she said it was just a friend. So, Kamal mood swings has changed. So is it trouble in paradise? Because see, look, Kamal also clapped for the firefighters. When Miss Mary said, I want to take my time, my 3 minutes, and commend the firefighters. And I think we all need to give the firefighters a hand. Kamal's did like this. So now Kamal is giving the hand to firefighters that we know that the hen is putting in distress. Normally, Kamal is not clapping for the opposite side of people who are trying to get money or ragging her about those receipts and where they money at and all that. He don't normally clap, but he clapped this time. Yeah, he clapped this time. Find it strange that he done start mean mugging her, clapping, and all that stuff after Lavelle Redmond's interview. Yes, and I don't give a damn about if they went on a trip or what they doing. I'm saying it's trouble. It's looking like stinks in paradise. Yes, I can look at the mood. Now, check this out. And then when he claps, he leans over to see if the hen is seeing him clap. Because otherwise, yeah, I'm clapping. And check it out.
For everyone that would please, and I'll yield my 3 minutes to it. Let's give our firefighters a standing applause.
Look at Kamal. He clapping. Then he looking to see if the hen looking. He looks the opposite way, but I want y'all to see that again.
For everyone that would please, please, and I'll yield my 3 minutes to it. Let's give our firefighters a standing applause.
Yeah, so anyway, Kamal clapped for the firefighters, which means he is not agreeance is what the firefighters is going through, but he's still in the mud while in here. But the thing is, he is shifting a tone, just as well as Stan, Carmen, and everything else. Now, he could still be with the head. I know he is because he was at the Thornton Township meeting with her, still sitting in that chair. He's still doing what he's supposed to do, but it looks like Kamal is on a whole nother thinking level now. He's looking at her like, man, you know what? I'm here because I'm deep in it, but I ain't feeling what I heard that Lavelle say. Because a lot of things he said, I can relate to it. That's what it's giving, family. That's what it's giving. And I want y'all to see this. I ain't through, and then I'm going to close out. Okay? So like I said, Kamal was staring at Tiffany here. He was not staring at no residents. He wasn't. He wasn't. Then you'll see right here, that's him behind Miss Mary. He's looking at the hen. Okay? Now, when that situation broke out, which I felt that it was taken all out of context, because Jedediah Brown, the advocate, he was addressing Andrew Holmes about the situation that happened in Vegas. But he left the podium and walked up towards where Holmes was, still asking, did you do that? He didn't yell, he didn't raise his voice, and I seen some news articles and news reporting that this Mr. Brown came up there, Jedediah Brown came up there charging and outraged, and not what I didn't see that, you know, unless somebody got another clip or something somewhere else. I did see him walk up there and was like, did you do that? Did you do what the girl said you did? Okay, I did see, but before he can get like right at Andrew Holmes come around his desk to meet Jedediah Brown like he was going to try to tussle with the man. But before that happened, as this advocate was walking towards the front of that, you know, in front of where the trustees were sitting, where Holmes was sitting, the police grabbed him and roughed him up and threw him down. They were throwing him against the wall and all that, you know. That's why I said you can see that they don't have good police training. So that's why I said I wonder if they passed the police test. Did they pass the physical? Did they pass anything? Because the way they act, they didn't de-escalate, they escalated the problem. They wanted to probably take the man in anyway, you know. That's my opinion, okay? I'm just going off of that, what I saw. My thing is when this whole situation came down, Kamal wasn't seen. Kamal wasn't seen. Kamal didn't run up there for the hen's protection. He did not run, nope, he didn't. He didn't go and try to save his mud while in hen. So, Kamal, are you even paying attention to what's going on? Because, see, I tell you like this, family. This man here, know who he is. He could be a bodyguard or whatever. Well, you know, Lavelle said he was protecting her as well. You know, all of them are supposed to be protectors, but it seems like it's some after hours thing going on, okay? Now, allegedly, that's my opinion. Now, I'm going to tell you right here. Kamal, are you paying attention? again. Because see, you missed the memo when it came to Lavelle being there when Tiffany was playing the both of y'all. That what Lavelle said now. Okay? And then I noticed this man here jumped up with their fast in a hurry when the little situation broke out. Kamal, he didn't rush up there for the hen. Another thing that makes me say it's trouble in paradise. Lavelle was behind that administrative desk again. He stood by where Miss Mary was. He stood by the door for a little while. Then he walked over there and he went behind that administrative desk, behind the glass. But when this broke out, Kamal didn't rush up there to the front for this hand. No, he didn't. He didn't. And some people say, oh, well, that's her bodyguard. Oh, well, that's her bodyguard. I don't care nothing about being the bodyguard. I don't care nothing about that. What I'm saying, Kamal being played again. See, he already is given his trouble in paradise ever since that Lavelle interview came out, because I showed y'all how he was looking at the hen. And then he was clapping for the firefighters. When Miss Mary said, everybody give it up for the firefighters, he clapped for the first time. He clapped for the opposite side who was against the hen. Okay? For good reason. Now, then I noticed old boy here did everything Kamal was supposed to do. That's his heart, right? That's Kamal's heart. That's Kamal's pride. That's Kamal's joy, right? He didn't go to the front. He didn't go to the front. A lot of people might have thought that this was Kamal. No, that's not Kamal. That's somebody else. I just showed y'all what Kamal had on. And it is not that. Okay? Now you say, oh, well, that's her bodyguard. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. Yeah, that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. But at the same time, we was also supposed to see Kamal, and we didn't. Kamal didn't run that hard for the hen this night. Okay? And this bodyguard excuse, it could be. But to me, you could throw that clean out the window. You could throw that clean out the window. Because, see, Kamal get paid $100,000 a year for basically doing nothing, in my opinion. Because I ain't seen nothing that he did for the youth. She ain't showed no video of that youth thing. And Kamal doing something and planning something and getting some real positivity going. I ain't seen none of that, okay? So, anyway, he getting $100,000 a year, riding around in what? Nice-ass cars and all that stuff like that. And then, when this here situation broke out, Kamal is nowhere to be found. Not in the front. Yeah. And I didn't see him on the side either. I really didn't. So, but the thing is, your first priority is your hen. And that wasn't it. So, is it trouble in paradise? Because he wasn't quick to run to the hen. This man here was. And the way this man was acting, yes, he was acting bodyguard, but he was also acting like something else close to the hen. My opinion. My opinion. I look at body language and behavior. And this man here jumped clean over. That's him jumping over to get over there where the hen was. And it wasn't even no threat to her. It wasn't no threat to her at all. The action was way over on one side of the room. She way over there. But he jumped over there like Captain Save-A-Lot. Captain Save-A-Hen. He jumped over there. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? See, right here in the corner. This is Andrew Holmes right here. This is that guy. You can see a little piece of this mud wilding hen's wig. He wrapped himself all around her. Oh, here. But it's really no threat. It's really no threat. At all. He everywhere with the hen. See, Kamal don't see this either. Now, Kamal is pissed about something else. Because you can tell the way he was mean mugging the hen during this here meeting. But at the same time, missing the bigger picture. Yeah, you could say bodyguard. Isn't that what she was saying, telling Kamal that Lavelle was? Oh, he just my friend. Oh, he just my friend. But Lavelle said he was acting the same way. It's a certain way you act when you're hitting nookie cookies. When it goes way beyond bodyguard. Allegedly. That's just my opinion. Okay. Yeah, see? She's standing there. She ain't in no type of threat. But look, he is too overactive. Too over. And what? He got his hand on the chair. You know, I don't want nobody to come near this hand. I don't want nobody to come near this hand. Ain't no threat. Look how she's standing there. Ain't no threat over there to her at all. The commotion is on the other side of the room. But he being overly protective. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what good bodyguards do. Yeah, it is. When there's something going on for real. When it's a threat for real. When it ain't no threat, they kind of relax and make sure that don't nobody come near that person they're protecting. But all this overacting and doing this over this, he done throwed a special dose of seasoning in his shit. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Mm-hmm. It's a trouble in paradise. Yeah, see. Look at him. Yeah. He don't care nothing about Andrew Holmes. He don't care nothing about none of them. Just the hen. And it's no threat towards the hen. But he's overacting. He's overreacting. Just like those police officers did. You know? Look, both of them. He said, everybody out. He called the shots and said, everybody out. What? How you tell everybody out? Yeah. How you get to tell everybody out? Hold on, family. He done told everybody to get out. I said, well, how do he tell everybody to get out? That's supposed to be the hen job, right? Bodyguards don't tell people to get out. They just protect what they're supposed to be protecting. It's no need for them to shut down a meeting. Bodyguards have no reason to shut down meetings. It's not their duty to do. It's not in their job description to do. Okay? So, then you'll see him right here. He just overreactive with the hen. So that's why I said, is there trouble in paradise? Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say about that, because it looks like Kamal most likely might be getting played again and still too dumb to realize. Because that man there was acting like Lavelle said he used to act. Remember he said, I wouldn't let nobody get close to her. I wouldn't let nobody say nothing to her. I wouldn't let nobody get smart with her. I wouldn't let nobody do nothing. I was her protector. That's what Lavelle said. And so I watched this here so-called bodyguard movements. And it was bodyguard all over. But it was also saying something else all over again. In that hen pen. That's all I got to say about that, family. Hey, shout out to everybody. Thank y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Shout out to our moderators. Shout out to all our subscribers. Love y'all. Appreciate all the support. Please like. Please like. Hit the like button. Please share if you can. It's greatly appreciated. Love you all. Have a great day. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Bye-bye.